Okay. Good evening. Thank you for attending our talk. In this talk, Xiaopeng, Zhang, and I will share our research about Tor. So who we are? This is Xiaopeng Zhang.
Hi.
I'm Peixue Li. Both of us work at Fortinet's FortiGuard labs. Fortinet is a network security company. We have worked at Fortinet more than 10 years. Why we did this research? 3 reasons. The first one is our customers want to detect Tor traffic. The second reason is that we want to evaluate the security of the Tor network. The third one is we want to monitor the threats in dark web. This is the agenda of the talk. In this talk, we'll introduce Tor and Tor network. Then we'll introduce the anti-censorship techniques used in Tor. I'll talk about the first 2 sections. Then Xiaopeng will talk about the others. Firstly, let me introduce Tor. So what is Tor? Tor is an open source project for anonymous communication. Its name is derived from its original project name called the Army router. Tor traffic goes through a worldwide overlay network comprising thousands of volunteer-run relays to conceal users' identity, location, and online activity for network surveillance or traffic analysis. So this is to provide client-side anonymity. Tor client periodically creates virtual circuits which comprise 3 randomly selected relays through the Tor network. Then it routes traffic. To destination using Army routing technique. Tor network also provides anonymous Army service like websites which can host the censorship resistant content. So in this morning, another speaker talked about the darknet markets. All of them are hosted in Tor network. An Army service is accessed through its Army address, usually via the Tor browser. Tor browser is built based on Mozilla Firefox. It can be downloaded from the Tor project website. Tor also provides features for anti-censorship. As mentioned, Tor browser is built based on Firefox. It implements 2 Firefox extensions. The first one is Tor Launcher. It is in charge of starting the main Tor process. The other is Tor Button. It manages all the interfaces about Tor. Both of them are located in this folder. So you can find the corresponding files here. This is Tor browser. So if you click this icon, you can see these extensions. In the latest Tor browser version 9.0, these extensions are moved in options here. Okay, so here are the platform and the environment we did this research. This is a screenshot of Tor browser. Next, let me introduce the Tor network. This is the flowchart of normal Tor communication. So from this flowchart, you can see Tor browser first talks to Tor client, then Tor client send traffic to destination through the Tor network. In this flowchart, the traffic between Tor browser and the Tor client and the traffic between Tor network and the destination, they are normal internet traffic. But traffic from Tor client here and inside Tor network, traffic as indicated by the red line. By the red line, here traffic are Tor encrypted. So as mentioned, Tor network comprises of thousands of relays. Most of the Tor relays are listed in the main Tor directory, so anyone can access them. On this website, you can see the Tor network status. This is a screenshot of this website. So from this table, you can see the all the information of the Tor release. So including it includes the name, bandwidth, uptime, and port numbers. So there are several similar websites. This is just one of them. To access a destination like a website through Tor network, a virtual circuit should be created first. Here is an example. So in Tor browser, I accessed google.com. So here you can see a Tor circuit is created between this browser and google.com. On this circuit, there are 3 relays. In this case, the first relay is in United Kingdom, the second relay is in Germany, the third relay is in Netherlands. So let's take a further look at the Tor network and the circuit. So this is an established circuit between Tor client and the destination web server. There are three relays on this circuit. The first relay is also called the entry node. The second relay is also called the mirror node. The third relay is also called the exit node. Okay, traffic so along the red line is encrypted by Tor. Here is normal traffic. Then you want to I think you want to know how a circuit is created. There are 4 steps. Firstly, Tor client randomly selects 3 relays as entry, middle, and exit node from the Tor node list. This is provided by a directory node. Secondly, Tor client establishes a connection with the entry node using its public key and agrees on the session key. Thirdly, through the entry node, Tor client establishes a connection with the mirror node using its public key and agrees on another session key. Finally, through the entry node and mirror node, Tor client establishes a connection with the exit node using its public key and agrees on another session key. After a circuit is created, let's see how the traffic is routed to the destination from the Tor client. So you know what's this, right? So this is an ANI. In Tor network, it uses the ANI routing technique. But why is it called ANI? Because the packets in Tor network are encapsulated in layers of encryption, just like layers of an ANI. So then let's see how it works step by step. So firstly, let's see how the packet is delivered from Tor client to destination web server. As mentioned, after the circuit is created, Tor client negotiated the 3 session keys with 3 relays. So Tor client will first encrypt the original packet, as indicated by the green circle. It first encrypts the packet with the session key of action node as indicated by the blue circle. Then it encrypts the packet with the session key of the main node as indicated by the red circle. Finally, it encrypts the packet with the session key of the entry node as indicated by the red circle, by the yellow circle. So the Tor client encrypts the origin packet 3 times with the session key of those 3 relays. Then it sends the encrypted packet to the entry node. So on entry node, after it receives this encrypted packet, it decrypts it with its session key and gets information of the main node. Then it sends the packet to the main node. So on main node, it decrypts the packet with its session key and gets information of the action node. Then it sends this packet to the action node. So after action node receives this packet, it decrypts the packet with its session key, then gets the original packet. Then it sends the packet to destination. So then let's see how the packet is sent back from the destination web server to Tor client. Firstly, web server sends the original response packet to the action node. Then action node encrypts the packet with its session key. Then sends it to the main node. Then the main node encrypts the packet with its session key. Then sends it to the entry node. The entry node encrypts the packet, then sends it to the Tor client. So finally, Tor client receives the packet which is encrypted 3 times, just like this one. Okay, so from the above analysis, we can see each relay of a given circuit only knows the previous and next relay, and only the entry relay knows the source, but it doesn't know the destination. Only exit relay node knows the destination, but doesn't know the source. So we can see Tor network provides good anonymous communication. But how about censorship? Can it circumvent censorship? The answer is no, because Tor relays are listed in the main Tor directory, so anyone can get the node list and block them. Secondly, Tor traffic uses the vanilla Tor protocol, which is identifiable. Then how to solve these issues? How to circumvent censorship? Next, Xiaopeng Zhang will share will give you these answers.
Hi everyone, I'm Xiaopeng Zhang. I'll go on presenting the rest of the part. Anti-censorship. From this part on, we will discuss what techniques Tor introduced for anti-censorship. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Tor introduced 2 techniques to circumvent censorship. They are pluggable transport and bridges. PT is a short for pluggable transport. that manipulates the Tor traffic between the Tor client and the Tor relay. So that is not identifiable as Tor traffic. Tor supports multiple PTs in this Tor browser that I analyzed. This is the PTs. From this screenshot of this, we can see from the Tor button, we can open the Tor network settings. Right here, we can see the supported PTs. By the way, as we mentioned earlier, since the recently Tor browser version 9.0, this Tor network settings has been integrated to Tor browser's option instead of this Tor button. Okay, second, the bridge relay. Bridges for short are sort of Tor relays that are not listed in the main Tor directory. Therefore, there's no easy way to get the complete list of the bridges. So nobody can block all bridges, which is what bridges are designed for. OBF4 is an authenticator that and it was developed and mentioned by Yang Angel. It's an open source project written in Go language. OBF4 is not an upgrade from OBFS3 bridge, but its implementation is much closer to Scrabble suite bridge. On the browser website, OBF4 is strongly suggested. Tor browser comes with some built-in OBF4 bridges. From this flow chart, it shows the Tor circuit with OBF4 bridge. As you can see here, this is OBF4 bridge client. This is OBF4 bridge server, also called OBF4 bridge relay. The dashed red arrow shows the old Tor circuit without OBF4 bridge. So the censorship should run here to block the Tor traffic. So when OBF4 bridge is enabled, the Tor traffic will go down to OBF4 bridge client to be transformed and transported, as you can see here. And also, the bridge relay will be the entry relay instead of the old Tor entry relay. So the total number of the relay always keeps the 3. In this part, I will show you how I found the built-in OBF4 bridge using reverse engineering. When Tor browser starts with the enabled OBF4 bridge, the Tor launcher that runs in Firefox starts Tor.exe, which is a Tor client. Later, the bridge client process named OBF4Proxy.exe is started by Tor, which will be in charge of connecting with the OBF4 bridge relay. On this screenshot, this is a process tree. You can clearly see the relationship of the 3 processes. Okay, I started analyzing the building an OBF4 bridge from finding them. Originally, I thought they might be hard-coded in OBF4Proxy.exe because the connections were from it to the OBF4 bridge relay. But actually, I was wrong. Let's go on and see where they are from. I set breakpoint on the API connect function in the debugger, which is often called to make TCP connections, but it's never triggered. After deep analysis, I found that it uses this function from this lab to make TCP connections to OBF4 bridge relay. This screenshot is of a debugger. Was taken when the breakpoint on this function was triggered at the time it was about to connect to an OBF4 bridge relay. From the memory part, as you can see, this is the bridge, the OBF4 bridge's IP and port in binary. By reverse tracing in OBF4Proxy.exe, the bridge IP address and port came from its parent's process, that is Tor.exe. This comes from Tor.exe over a sockets file packet on the loopback interface 127.0.0.1. Then I moved to the parent process Tor.exe and continued to trace. One pair of OBF4 bridge IP address and port were processed in an event callback function in my analysis. This is a screenshot shows the IP address and port were in the sockets file packet as the argument of API send. It was about to call the send function with this socket, with this packet. This is a sockets file protocol. As you can see, the bridge IP and port in binary. From this call stack window, we can see the send function is called in a callback function. It's an event callback function. By continually reverse tracing in Tor.exe, I found a bunch of OBF4 bridges that are in a data structure of the command setconf, as shown in this screenshot. In this memory part, as you can see, the data surrounded by red lines is one OBF4 bridge nodes, which also called bridge configuration line. Each bridge node must be saved in one bridge configuration line. I will explain what the content is later. The built-in OBF4 bridges are loaded automatically from a local profile file by Firefox when it starts, and will be parsed later by Tor Launcher extension. This is a screenshot of partial OBF4 bridges definition in that local profile file. As you can see here, OBF4, this is the OBF4 bridge configuration line, are defined in a kind of script language. Then the setconf command was generated with that all built-in OBF4 bridge nodes by Tor Launcher extension, which was sent to Tor.exe via a control port on the loopback interface. Here is a screenshot of Wireshark. it shows the setconf command. So since the built-in OBFS4 bridge information is loaded by Firefox as its configure, so you can display them by entering this command about configure in the address bar. There it shows all configure loaded by it, including the built-in OBFS4 bridges. Okay, next I will talk about how a Tor client connects to OBFS4 bridge release. As we mentioned before, when Tor browser, that is Firefox, starts, it loads two extensions, Tor Launcher and Tor Button. Tor Launcher then starts Tor.exe, that is a Tor client. This is a code snippet of Tor Launcher showing you how it gets the Tor path. So after that, Tor.exe will be started. Once the Tor starts, it listens at least 2 TCP ports on the loopback interface. TCP port 9151 is for receiving control data, while TCP port 9150 is for receiving proxy data from Tor browser. The 2 port numbers are passed to Tor.exe in a command line parameters when it's launched. In memory part, as you can see, is the command line parameters. For a clear view, I slipped them into this table, where the highlighted parts are the 2 ports, as you can see here. This is a screenshot of a tool, TCP view, from which you can clearly see that Firefox sends control data through this blue arrow to Tor via the TCP port 9151. And the green arrow is for sending the proxy data to TCP port 9150. Through pathing setconf command, Tor knows the entire built-in OBFS4 bridge and then starts OBFS4Proxy.exe. That is OBFS4 client. It's also called OBFS4Proxy. OBFS4Proxy.exe open a TCP port on the loopback interface to provide a service for Tor, and it informs Tor of that TCP port through an interprocess pipe. This is a screenshot of debugger. It was called the write file function, with the file handle is named pipe, and the send buffer with that TCP port. After that, Tor separately sends the bridge nodes to that port. It's a run bridge length. The TCP view shows us that Tor sends separately send OBFS4 bridge to that TCP port, which is 49496 here. When one bridge information got to OBFS4Proxy, it tries to establish a connection with that OBFS4 bridge server. Once it's done successfully, OBFS4Proxy sends back this packet to Tor to tell status of successful, This packet is also success file packet, which means a status of a success. This is a Wireshark again. It shows that Tor sends OBF4 bridge to OBF4Proxy and receive this successful status packet, this one in blue. And the following traffic is the Tor payload to be transported by OBF4 client. Once again, from TCP view, we can see OBF4 proxy client has been established serial connections with OBF4 bridge relay. From these green arrows, we can see OBF4 proxy.exe sends data to those OBF4 bridge relays. So for now, one OBF4 bridge is ready to transform and transport Tor encrypted traffic. In this chapter, I will present the detail of how OBF4 client transfer and transports Tor encrypted traffic. At first, I will explain the data structure of the command setconf. Setconf is the command name at the beginning place. And useBridge equals 1 tells Tor that that bridge feature is enabled by the user. The following data should be allowed. Are the built-in OBF4 bridge configuration lengths. So for an instance here, I only kept the first one here. Each item of them starts with bridge equals. Then OBF4 here tells the bridge type. It could be OBF3, so on. So the next is the bridge IP address and the port, which OBF4Proxy will connect to. The second line is a bridge unique ID, which is 1 for each long hexadecimal bytes. The value of cert is a base 64 encoded no ID and ID public key of the bridge, which participate in generating a common key seed. I'll elaborate it next. The last item, IAT mode, tells what IAT mode the bridge offers. It can be 0, 1, and 2. OBF4 bridge uses the ECC algorithm as the cryptography to encrypt the Tor payload for circuit communication between OBF4 client and the server. As we know, ECC is a public key encryption technique based on elliptic curve theory. The ECC that OBF4 uses is implemented in Go language package called Curve 25519, which offers two important functions, scalar-based mount and scalar mount. This is the key-pair structure used in OBF4, mainly saving the public key and the private key. Both client and the server must have their own key-pair instance. Let me explain the relationship of them. A private key is randomly generated in certain range according to definition in Curve 25519. As per ECC, a public key is computed from a private key. The representative is transformed from public key, which can be easily restored to public key whenever needed. So each set of client and the server should keep their private key and sends public key to each other. OBF4 bridge needs a handshake process, the purpose of which is to transport the public key and verify each other. This slide shows the client's handshake packet, which consists of 4 parts. Let me explain what the data in each part. The first part, 20H long, is a client's key pair representative, as I said, which can be used to restore the client's public key at the server side. The following part is random pending data, which can be in range 40H to 1F30H long. With pending data, it can be obfuscate handshake packet size. The third part is HMAC value of the client's representative. The first part is another HMAC of all above data and our value of current system. At the server side, it generates the key instance using the same way that the client does. The server verifies the client's handshake, restores the client's public key from the representative. After verification is done, the server passes its private key and client's public key to ECC, this function. Actually, both client and the server call this function and pass their own private key and the other's public key to generate a same result. This could be a cornerstone and a very important part to ECC algorithm, which makes the two sides equal to each other. Besides this, a server calls this function again with others parameters, server's ID private key and the client's public key to generate a result. Client does the similar thing too. I'll explain this to you sooner. OBF4 server uses the two calculation results from the previous slide, which will generate from the two pair of keys, which are the server's private key and the client's public key, as well as server's ID private key and the client's public key to generate the common key seed and the authentication data. Now it's time to make a server's handshake packet, which is similar to the client's. Let's only see what the difference are. It inserts the newly generated auth data after the first part, right here. And the random pending data is different in size, inside the range. When we go back to the client side with the server's handshake packet, a server's public key will be restored from server's representative. A client calls this function with the client's private key and the server's public key, and call it again with the client's private key and the server's public key. That retrieves from the base 64 decoded cert inside that bridge configuration line. Okay, speaking of the ID public key, there must be an ID private key. I have mentioned many times before, so can you guess where it is? Actually, it was kept in the OBF4 server when it's running. Our client then can generate the common key set with above two function results. It computes auth data and to verify the server as a handshake. Now both client and the server have the same common key seed. both sides can proceed to generate their final encryption decryption case. The handshake process is done. Since then, the OBS4 bridge is ready to transform and transport Tor encrypted traffic. OBS4 client overrides two functions of socket, write function and read function. The seeding process is once Tor wants to need to send a request, the write function in OBS4 client gets called with the Tor payload. Write function then calls the make package function to encrypt the payload and appends pending data to it. After going through AT mode, it transports the final packet to the bridge server. The unsealing process is when OBS4 client receives the packet from the bridge server, read function is called with the received packet. Read function then calls read packets function to decrypt the packet, which will be then sent to the Tor client. Okay, AT mode. As we know, MTU, that is a short for maximum transmitting unit. It's a large packet or frame size that can be sent to transmit data. The nano drivers split large packets into MTU size packets, which can be easily resembled and identified by sensors. This is why OBS4 bridge introduced the AT mode against it. It can split large packets before sending it to the server. AT mode is set in each bridge configuration line. The value of it can be 0, 1, and 2. 0 means AT mode is disabled on this bridge relay. 1 means splitting large packets into MTU size packets instead of split by network driver. Here MTU size for OBS4 bridge is 1448 bytes. This is a code of the OBS4 bridge where it computes the MTU. 2 means split the large packet into variable size packets. This is an example of the screenshot of Wireshark, where the packets with rectangle were a large packet split by AT mode. There are 3. Okay. In this chapter, I will summarize OBS4 bridge's methods against censorship. All in all, the Tor payload traffic powered by OBS4 bridge is harder to be censored because OBS4 encrypts the Tor traffic and obfuscates the packet size by ending pending data, even the handshake packet. OBS4 large packet can be split by AT mode. Besides building OBS4 bridge, Tor provides 3 other ways to obtain more private OBS4 bridges. The users can obtain private OBS4 bridges from a bridge database through 3 ways. First, you can request directly through the Tor network settings as shown here. Again, as I said before, this Tor network setting has been integrated in the Tor browser options in the new version. You can request the Tor, request OBS4 bridge on the website bridges.torproject.org. You can also request OBS4 bridges through sending email. This screenshot of web page shows the 2 ways. Each time you can obtain 3 OBF4 bridges from above ways. Okay, once you obtained the OBF4 bridge, what you only need to do next is copy them and paste them here to get them working. Oh, done. That's it. Thanks for staying with us. So, any questions? We are good. Thank you so much. Too over the time, sorry.